What if everything you believe to be real is a carefully crafted illusion? What if the world has not blinded you by force, but by comfort? And what if freedom isn't found by escaping the illusion, but by learning to see through it? You are being lied to, not by one man, not by one government, but by the world you've come to accept as real. The illusion is total. It is the weight in your chest at dawn, the fire that never quite lights behind your eyes, the hunger for something, yet the knowing that nothing ever fills it. You were not born this way. You were trained to kneel. You were given toys and told they matter. You were handed a leash and told it was freedom. You were praised for obedience and punished for thinking clearly. From the moment you opened your eyes, the world began softening your blade. It told you that struggle was cruelty, that ambition was toxic, that masculinity was dangerous, that silence meant weakness. It told you that comfort is the highest good, that distraction is happiness, that numbness is peace. But this is the illusion, the false veil, the chain made of velvet. You think you are awake because your eyes are open, but your mind is not. You walk, but you don't see. You speak, but you don't know truth. You live, but not your own life. And until you tear away the veil, you are not a man. You are a shadow of one. I have walked the path you now fear. I have watched the illusions fall away one by one until only the truth remained. And the truth is this: everything you cling to is dust. Titles, followers, applause, sex, status, distraction, pleasure. None of it will save you when your spirit breaks. None of it will hold you up when your body fails. None of it will mean a damn thing when death stands before you. But there is one thing that can endure: a mind sharpened by fire, a soul that bows to no lie, a man who sees with more than just his eyes. You want strength? Then earn it in silence. You want purpose? Then find it alone. You want truth? Then kill every illusion within yourself without mercy. This world will not do it for you. This world was not made for warriors. It was made to distract them, to domesticate them, to drown them in sweetness until their bones rot in comfort. But if you are still here listening, then a piece of you still remembers. You remember the stillness. You remember the code. You remember the fire. And you know deep down you were never meant to live like this. So rise, not loudly, not proudly. Rise quietly. Rise like a blade from its sheath and begin again. Do not fight shadows. Do not argue with fools. Do not explain yourself to those who refuse to see. The warrior wasteth no motion. He strikes only when it matters and walks away when it doesn't. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to realize it. But that will not happen if your mind is still chained. And most men are chained by approval, chained by comfort, chained by ego. They fear being alone, so they surround themselves with noise. They fear being still, so they chase motion without meaning. They fear being judged, so they perform like trained dogs. They fear being wrong, so they repeat what the crowd says. They fear pain, so they remain soft and call it kindness. But you are not most men, because most men break. They collapse under the illusion. They bend beneath a life of distraction. They look strong, but their souls are hollow. They sell truth for attention. They trade freedom for pleasure. They silence their instincts just to be accepted. And when death comes, as it always does, they panic because they lived someone else's dream and died someone else's man. But not you. Not if you are still breathing. You can still turn your face toward the storm. You can still take the long road. You can still strip away everything false until only the iron remains. Your discipline is your fire. Your solitude is your forge. Your struggle is your sword. This world will not hand you peace. It will not give you strength. It will not carve clarity into your bones. You must take it. Cut your own path. Sharpen your own vision, and above all, never forget this truth. No man is more blind than the one who refuses to see himself. So open your eyes, look at your reflection, the real one, not the image, not the mask, and ask, what illusion still controls me? Then break it without mercy, without regret, without delay. Because every second you wait, another piece of you fades. And when your time finally comes, let it be said that you saw clearly and lived fully. The eyes deceive, but the mind, the disciplined mind, reveals. You will be told the illusion is reality, that indulgence is joy, that pleasure is purpose, that speed is success, that softness is virtue. They will call you toxic for being sharp, cold for being clear, harsh for being honest. They want you to dull your blade, to walk blind with the rest, to silence the voice inside that says, this is not the way. But that voice, that is the ancient voice, the one that lived in the caves, the one that sharpened stone into edge, the one that endured storms while others begged for shelter. It is still in you, dormant perhaps, but not dead. And if you stop lying to yourself, if you stop running from silence, if you sit in the fire of truth long enough, you will hear it again. Rise, cut away what's false, look through the eyes of death. Then you will begin to see clearly, not with the eyes, but with perception, the kind that sees the weakness behind wealth, the fear behind status, the desperation behind smiles. You will walk differently, speak differently, move through the world like a shadow with purpose. Because when you see the illusion, you stop fearing it. You stop chasing what is empty. You stop kneeling to the gods of noise. You stop trading your soul for approval. You become dangerous again, not to others, but to the lies that run this world. And the world will hate you for it. Because you will no longer be controlled. You won't need permission. You won't ask for direction. You won't break when others do. You will be alone. Yes, but you will be free. And freedom is not found in the light. It is carved from the dark. So sharpen your perception, detach from the narrative, live by principle, not popularity. And when the crowd chants its next command, stand still and see it for what it is, just another illusion. Most men think they are free because they are allowed to move. But movement without direction is slavery. Freedom without discipline is collapse. Choice without clarity is poison. The world gives you options but strips away the will to choose for yourself. It feeds your impulses and starves your purpose. And so most men live like beasts, with calendars, easily distracted, easily bought, easily broken. You were meant for more, not more status, not more pleasure, not more applause, more silence, more clarity, more command. But the cost of clarity is destruction. You must destroy the illusions within you, the need to be liked, the need to be understood, the need to explain yourself, the belief that comfort is the goal. All of it must go until you are left with one thing: awareness of yourself, of your habits, of your fears, of your excuses, of your illusions. When you see them, you are no longer them. And when you are no longer them, you are finally unshakable. Because nothing controls the man who controls his own mind. And that not strength, not speed, not skill is the rarest power in the world today. Mental clarity, spiritual detachment, the vision to see through what others worship and to walk away without apology. You will lose people. You will be misunderstood. You will walk alone. But what you gain is beyond what the illusion ever offered. You gain command of your actions, of your responses, of your time, of your soul. You stop reacting. You start choosing. You stop chasing. You start creating. And when the world throws its storms at you, you stand. Not because you are trying to win, but because you have already seen through it. You are not playing their game anymore. You are walking your own way with a blade in your hand and nothing left to prove. When others chase comfort, chase clarity. When others seek praise, seek progress. And when others seek pleasure, seek precision. This path is narrow and it is cold, but it is yours. And no one can walk it for you. Do not soften to be accepted. Do not bend to be liked. That is how the weak are shaped into what they hate. Sharpen your eyes. Even in darkness, there is direction. Sharpen your words. Even in silence, there is power. Sharpen your heart. Even in stillness, there is fire. You must learn to move without noise, to strike without rage, to suffer without complaint. The world will offer you illusion after illusion. Fame, comfort, distraction, approval, all of it will rot the warrior spirit if you let it near your soul. You are not here to be entertained. You are not here to be pied. You are not here to be understood. You are here to endure, to see, to rise. Most men break because they forget the truth. Pain is not punishment. Discomfort is not the enemy. The enemy is blindness. And you have chosen to see. Do not rush to fix what is uncomfortable. Sit with it. Breathe in its sting. There is something in the ache that refines as a man. Growth is a knife. Cuts first. But what it leaves behind is real, forged, not fabricated. Most men search for the easiest way out. You must seek the clearest way through. There is a difference, and that difference is discipline. Do not be distracted by praise. Do not be destroyed by criticism. Do not be defined by approval. All of these are wind, but you are mountain, unshaken, unbent, unseen, but rooted. People will try to sell you shortcuts, to offer you easier paths, softer truths, diluted wisdom. But the warrior rejects sugar-coated lies, even when bitter truth burns his tongue. You are not training for applause. You are training for impact, to walk into chaos and remain clear, to face failure and remain whole, to be forgotten and remain firm. This is not about glory. This is about mastery. Glory fades, mastery echoes. So let the others sleep. Let the others scroll. Let the others break you. You will stay awake. You will remain aware. You will see through the illusion. There will come a day when the noise longer tempts you, when comfort no longer seduces you, when fear no longer commands you. That day is not marked by celebration. It is marked by silence. Silence so deep it drowns the need for validation. A silence so sharp it cuts through every lie you once believed. A silence so still it reveals what was always there beneath the illusion. You. Not the version you crafted to survive. Not the role you performed to belong, but the core unshaped by others, unshaken by chaos, untouched by fear. A man who sees the world as it is and moves through it without apology. You will speak less, you will want less, you will need less, but you will feel more. You will know more. You will be more. Not because you became something new, but because you returned to what you were before the illusion took hold. That is the gift of discipline. That is the reward of detachment. That is the victory of inner vision. To see clearly, to act decisively, to live fully, without pretending. So walk the path not for glory, not for praise, not even for peace. Walk it because the path is yours and because the illusion dies the moment you no longer need it. Stand still. Breathe deep. Now walk and see. The truth is not hidden, it is simply ignored. You were not born blind, you were taught to look away. Every false comfort, every soft lie, every easy pleasure is another thread in the veil meant to dull your edge. But if you strip it all away, if you stare long enough into the quiet, you begin to see the design beneath the deception. The world doesn't want awakened men, it wants obedient ones. But the warrior, the true seeker, does not kneel to illusion. He learns to walk through it untouched. He learns that discipline is not restriction, it is revelation. Because to see through the illusion is to finally remember what you are, not the shadow they shaped, but the fire they tried to extinguish. So walk with open eyes, move with unshakable intent, speak with purpose and silence the noise. For when the veil falls and all illusions burn away, you will stand not as a man who was fooled, but as one who finally learned to see.